Well, it's a huge opportunity video. We've seen huge growth in the market. We're a nation of multi-screeners. 90% of all interactions are now screen-based. So for opportunities for clients, there's a wealth of platforms and content that we can now connect with their consumers. In terms of trading it, our approach at SMG is quite simple, really. We trade video very much on an outcome-based model. What is our client's objectives, basically? So if, for example, it's a performance campaign, like a client like More Than, we will trade on an outcome, or for example, a sale. Or if it's more of an awareness campaign, like for a Samsung, we'll then trade that video on reach or frequency. So it's very much based on their objectives. So it's traded a couple of ways. There's a two-tier system, really. Obviously, you've got the TV broadcast channels, which is obviously the traditional TV model, which is based on a cost per thousand model. But then you also have a programmatic model, which is using systems and platforms that can trade in an automated fashion, data-driven targeting, basically at scale. So there's your traditional deal up front kind of model, but there's also then a data-led targeting platform model. I think we're seeing a shift, a change in the market dynamics actually moving forward. Huge fragmentation of audiences, huge fragmentation of content, a highly engaged audience. We're seeing actually TV viewing increasing. This big hyperbole about TV, it's the death of TV, it's actually not true. More content in TV broadcast channels is actually being consumed in terms of growth. And what we're seeing is a kind of a shift in how this is being traded and how certain platforms are developing their models moving forward. So if you look through the traditional lens of TV, these guys have a very successful model in terms of their commercials. So they need to be very careful about how, moving forward, they don't disrupt that with regards to maybe moving to an automated system.
Where does that stand, moving to an automated for the linear TV people?
Yeah, as I said, they've got a very successful model, and they need to be careful not to disrupt that. So I think we're seeing a very slow pace with regards to maybe developments or evolution in that area, which is understandable. But when you look at it in terms of the modern landscape, like the YouTubes of this world, who are producing professionally produced content, for example, I think their model is very much geared for more of an automated system. That is their world, that is their business model. We can already buy TV-like content through YouTube on automated systems. So we're seeing a bit of a two-tier approach to the dynamics of the market. And that's the evolution that we're currently seeing. I think we're seeing huge growth in video, huge numbers in terms of consumption of video. It's all about screens, so we'll see that translated in terms of a more of an integrated screen planning approach across video, mobile, and all the paid, owned and earned type channels that exists. And I think that's sort of more the dynamics that we've been seeing recently. We'll see more of that, more money going into video, into mobile and into social, the big growth areas where audiences are consuming content across screens.
And one last question about mobile. It's growing so quickly, but we're talking about mobile phones, over cellular or phones, not tablets. Big challenge in terms of serving up ads that people want to watch or will watch, or it's, how does that work where perhaps the creative or the medium for TV does not necessarily work in mobile, and also there's a lack of data around mobile as opposed to the desktop. Where does that stand, inserting advertising into mobile?
Yeah, it's a huge challenge. I think it's been a barrier to entry for lots of brands historically. 60% of mobile spend is actually search-based, which the mobile platform, in terms of smartphones, lends itself better for that type of communication. But more and more we're seeing developments around measurement in terms of quantifying audiences that are consuming content on mobile phones, and also in terms of responsive designs, in terms of the creative specifically made for the smaller screen, and across multiple screens. Rich media, video content, all these developments in the mobile space will allow brands to increase their investments more confidently in these spaces, because it'll be more creative, but it will also be more measurable, so their return on investment will be determined and be measured, basically.